What's going on, guys? My name's Martinio and welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute, hasn't it? So I suppose the first thing I need to address now coming back to content creation is, where have I been? Well, cast your minds back to COVID. Yeah, you know, the sniffles that shut down the world. My TC100RS died a couple of months before that, and I just about saved the money, and I was about a week away. I was waiting for a little bit more money to come in. I was going to buy everything, but everything got shut down. Everything sold out within a few days, and then everyone was just on waiting lists, me primarily. So yeah, it's taken a while to get it all together, to get it where I want it. It was originally in the room on the opposite side of this wall, but then I've redone this room, which is what this room tour is all about. So yes. And also there's other stuff, like I've been a bit lazy and life stuff's got in the way, and back it's played a part. I had an operation on it in 2017. It's still not quite right. I hope for another operation in the very near future, which will be all fun and games, because the last time it took me, what, 12 hours to take a whiz, and when I was whizzing I realised there was a window, because we were on the ground floor, and I was peeing into this cardboard pot thing, and I was whizzing like a racehorse. It was just the best whiz of my life. It was unbelievable. Then I just kind of cast my eye, just kind of went over this way. I was like, oh, there's a window there, and there's people walking past going to work. Can they see me? I don't think they can. It might have been mirrored on the other side, but either way. So yes, but I finally got everything all together, and now we're doing a tour of the room. So, and apologies for the echo. I tried to dull it out with carpet, but that's not seemingly done as much. So yes, let's start here on this wall. That's a clock. I don't know what time it says. No, I'm joking. That's what, 25 to 5.
Wrong, idiot.
Right, which means I'm very late. So this video is late. I apologize, but I've had other stuff to do that's come up. Somehow my nephew got a staple in his hand or something. But yes, so wall art and canvas art is, I've got quite a bit of it actually, but this one, I like it, but it makes me laugh. Because that's obviously a Colin McRae quote right there. And it says Colin McRae right here. But he never drove this Subaru. He never drove it. That was like an 05, 06 sort of car, I think. Maybe a little later. And by then he'd retired. But yes, let's start over here, shall we? So, this is what I'm intending to be my little review area. I've got a little stall just down here. The lighting's maybe not great, but I'm going to be doing some reviews. I've got a few things that I want to get done and sorted for that as well. Some new stuff to go on the rig, which we'll look at in a moment. But I wanted a nice little backdrop, and what better way than some unbelievable racing cars from the past and a couple from the present as well. So let's take a look. So we got Mika Häkkinen's McLaren. Oh God, I just committed a cardinal sin by saying that. Michael Schumacher's Ferrari, Lewis's McLaren, Jensen's Brawn. Then at the top here, we've got 911 RSR, McLaren GTR, my personal favourite, the one that won the Le Mans in '95. This one I've had for ages. This is a BMW M3 GTR, I think. God, that must have been what, early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s sort of time. So yeah, that one has been sort of a family heirloom at this point. And we've got some rally stuff down here. 6R4, who doesn't like 6R4? Subaru Impreza, Collins from '95. We've also got one of Tommy Mackinnon's cars. Got a Lancia Delta down here. Ford GT40. Another Subaru, sort of a recent addition. 962 Porsche. Oh, look at it, look at how that looks in the light. Oh, it's so good. One of the best sounding cars of all time, the Lamborghini SCV12. We've also got a 963 Porsche, like I said, one of the more recent ones. This one here, this one is so old. This is a Lancia Delta S4, Delta S4. I've had this, God, I must have had this since the 90s. You can tell because look at the wheels compared to like the wheels on this. or on this. Look at it. So yes. Now there should be some lighting here and here, but for some reason it's not working, so that's become a bit of a theme over the last couple of days. We'll get into that in a moment. Down here, of course, we've got the K3 from 79, the 935 K3. I think they call it the Moby Dick. And we've got a nice Opel DTM car. Yeah, I like it. It's all good. Up here. Now, some of you may be forgiven, and you will be forgiven for thinking, oh, you've just printed that out and made it yourself. But no, that's an actual headline from an article in a newspaper. Why they just put my first name like everybody knows me, I have no idea, but that was from the Porsche Club of America 24-hour race that I did last year. A lot of fun. We raised over £1,500, just a shade over, I think. And yeah, I got in the newspaper for it. So yeah, there we go. I'm also intending for this wall to be sort of a wall of fame. I've got some iRacing certificates that I'm planning to put up over here. Spoiler alert. And oh, got a bit of RGB around the door. So yes, now we've already looked at some canvas art here, but this is my absolute favourite. The R32 Skyline with Godzilla in the background just going absolutely nuts. Look at him. Backdrop of Tokyo, that is one of the best pieces of art ever. And I'll die on that hill. We've also got some Ferrari and Porsche. Got a little flag down here which you may have seen. So yes, don't think there's any more room to put any more stuff in here. I might try and get something up there, but who knows. So yeah, this is intended to be my little review area. This is Dave. Dave is a duck, and don't be fooled by his peculiar shape. He is a real duck. And because YouTube is run by soft liberals, anytime I have to say a bad word, which they don't like, Dave will appear to save me from demonetization with a well-placed quack, because Dave has my back. And he's quackers. Ha ha ha, duck humour. I don't know why I'm out of breath. I don't know why I'm like, God, I'm so unfit. But onto the rig itself. Now, oh, actually, before we get onto the rig itself, let's have a little looky-loo down here. This is a lamp in the shape of a turbo with a brake disc on it. Look at that thing. That's brilliant. I got it from a company called AGM. You can get a bigger one if you wanted a bigger one, but again, if you have any questions about it, I'll leave a comment down below and we'll go from there. Under here, we've got some Lego. That's the Lego Technic Senna. And we've got the MP44 Legends thing. I think there's a Williams that's just come out actually, Mansell's Williams from '92, which I'm toying with the idea with. I just don't know where exactly I would put it, but yes. This table was intended to be for a 3D printer. I still have the 3D printer, but once I got it opened up and fitted, it just wasn't really going to fit, and I haven't really got anywhere else to put it, so I've got to rethink that and find another place to put it. But onto the pièce de résistance, which is the rig. Now, normally I'd have this on and have some gameplay running in the background, but remember a few minutes ago when I said the lights weren't working and that was a running theme? Well, the PC down there isn't working either right now. So I've got to move all this stuff out and get in there and whatnot. So that's going to be all fun and games later. But yes, the rig itself. So triple screen. These are 3 Samsung Odyssey G7s. These were the first ones to come out. And I think, not to toot my own horn, I was probably one of the first persons in the world to have 3 of these, because I bought them the day they came out. So yes, it just took me a little while to fit them and get them running, because, you know, life. But yes, really nice. I do have a bezel free kit that I've got to put on there, and I'm going to sort that and probably do a review on it as well. So yes, onto the crux of it. The rig itself is a Trek Racer TR160, really sturdy. you know, people, you know, sort of whine about Truck Racer. Their instructions are kind of crap and whatnot, and the customer service isn't great. But once it's together, I've not had a problem with it. It's all good. Aluminum profile does what aluminum profile does, basically. So that's that. Relatively comfortable. We've got the rally style seat here, as you can see. Little, that's from a PC chair, so just put that up there. A little bit of a headrest. Yes, the motor is a Simu Cube 2 Pro, and it's actually a B grade model. Now, if you remember back to COVID, when people were trying to get stuff out to customers and whatnot, they did offer the B grade model, which is exactly the same as an A grade model, except it might have some slight aesthetic problem with it, like something's maybe miscolored, or some of the laser etching is misplaced and not exactly where you want it to be. So I've got a B grade model, and I've looked that thing over and I can't find where the imperfection is. So yes, maybe they slipped an A grade model in by surprise, but it did come as a discount, at a discount, so that was a pretty big bargain. And also, I mean, I don't see why people wouldn't, why they would just chuck them away. Like, maybe give people a discount, but for the most part you can't even see it. You've got the motor mount on here, you can't even see the thing. So there we go. Right then, pedals. Huizenfeld Sprints. They are not long for this rig, because I've got some new pedals that I want to put in there, and I'm probably going to do a review on them and whatnot. So yes, main issue is, we'll get into it in the review video, because I'm going to do a side-by-side with the new pedals and the old pedals to see how they stack up against each other, but never really got on with the brake. So that's all I'll say on that. I'll save the rest of it for the review video. This is an ignition controls button box. Never had a problem with it. I did have a button box from somewhere else. I bought one and I got it, and the buttons were crap. It's just like they were on a spring. There was no tactile click sort of thing. But this is brilliant. You know, you've got really nice indents on each of the encoders. These have got push buttons on them. You've got this up and down, left, right thing here. And yeah, you just turn it on and boom, you're off to the races. So yeah, I've still got to put some stickers on here and do that, but I'm sort of muscle memory. I know where all the controls are when I need to change stuff. Stream Decks, Mark 1 and the Stream Deck Plus. Don't really know what else to say about them. Still got to set the top one up properly. I've got some more stuff to do on that one, but yes, they all work, and it's I'm going to be doing streaming soon. When exactly, I'm not sure, but it will be soon. So yes. Oops, sorry, I'll just knock something down. Right then, so next up, steering wheel. This is a Cube Controls F Pro. Now, if you're like me, you may also have a problem when it comes to steering wheels, but not a bad problem, because I've got quite a few of them. That's a pole simmer rim, that's a turn button box, got a CSX2 Pro there, sorry, CSX2, not Pro, MP44, which again, I have to repair that because the buttons and the shifters don't work, but I've got some new electronics. Got a regular rim there, there's another pole simmer rim back there. Got a little Fanatec sort of classic rim here. I think there's about 9 in total. So yes, I have a problem. I keep buying steering wheels, but yes. Right, other peripherals. So over here, Aeolog's sequential shifter with a Akina 3D wrap Akina handbrake. And over here, we have a VNM H pattern shifter. It also does sequential, but you have to take out these and put a different plate, face plate on, because it's got like some ball bearings that give it a bit more of a tactile click like you would with a sequential. And just a cheapy little handbrake from Temu, maybe, I don't know, I'm not quite sure which they are. Now, why do I have handbrakes on either side? Well, it's very simple. My simple Neanderthal brain cannot handle having everything on one side. I prefer sequential shifting on my right hand. I prefer H-pan shifting on my left hand, so I need a handbrake on both, because I don't want to be doing this and then switching hands over and going over here and then coming back and going on to this one. It's a whole thing. So yes. Oh yes, beneath that, mini fridge, water, Marsh drink, very nice. Next up, the PC. Now I'll turn it on just so you can see this thing in action. That is a RTX 4090, which I won in a competition. It was a really funny thing because you had to draw the company's logo. Everybody was doing it on Photoshop. I did it with a ruler on the back of an envelope and I won, and some guy went mad in the comments. And my response was epic, because I put basically that nothing in the competition rules said it had to be a good drawing. So yes, 4090. It's a Asus Tough, I think it is. I think that's a little Tough logo right there. 32 gigs of RAM, it's 6200 megahertz, it's a 7900X CPU, NZXT water cooler, Gigabit Aorus Elite X670 motherboard. It does everything it says on the tin. Well, it should do everything it says on the tin, because right now it's just booting to the BIOS, so I've got to go and figure that out and figure out why that's happening and whatnot. So yes, in terms of sound, these are a pair of SteelSeries Arctis 7 headphones, which really good. I like them, nice and comfortable, wear them for hours and never have any problems with them. But I also have some speakers here, and there's a subwoofer under that pedal tray. So yes, the iFlag is a Reaperware iFlag, really well priced. I think it was about £50, 45, £50, and it just works flawlessly, does everything it says on the tin pretty much. So yes, that's that. In terms of, we've got cameras here, but in terms of sound, I do have, these are some Digi lapel mics, which are pretty nice. I like them. I've also got some other bits and bobs down there. That's normally where I keep the microphone and the heart rate monitor and whatnot, just so I can keep everything organised. But yes, cameras. So we've got a face cam, which will not be pointing at my face. I'm not very subjectable to that. And under here, the eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed this, a Logitech Stream Cam. So that brings me on to what would be the end of the video pretty much. Why am I out of breath? Why am I out of breath? But yes, the end of the video pretty much, because you're used to my videos looking a little bit like this. However, with these cameras, it means you're going to be able to see what I'm doing on the wheel and what I'm doing on the pedals. And to give you a nice little example of that, I am going to be posting, or putting up now, what you're going to be viewing is a video of me practicing for the Sebring 12 hours, which, depending on those PC problems, I may not even get to race in. But yes, so let's roll the footage and let's see what the videos are going to look like going forward. So there you have it, guys. That's the setup. That is pretty much everything that I can think of that I can go through. It's taken a while to get together, but I'm really happy with it. I can't say there's much I'd change or improve. Maybe apart from ventilation, it does get quite toasty in this room. As you can see, it's quite a small room. It's the box room in the house, so it does get quite toasty. But I can open up the window, and I've got a fan that normally sits down here. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video, guys. If you have any questions about anything you've seen here, about where you can maybe get your own, or how certain stuff works, I might be able to answer some questions. Some stuff I may be doing a review on, so I'll answer all the questions then. But yes, that's the end of the video, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, you'd like to see more, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Like I said, if you have any questions, then feel free to ask down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. If you have any questions about anything you've seen here, apart from the PC, which is from Opsys, by the way. No hate on Opsys. It's probably something I've done that's broken the PC. But yes, oh, and going forward, the next few days, there's going to be videos every day, and then we're going to every other day. The main reason is I've got some iRacing stuff that I want to get out before the new season starts. So this will be sort of my races from my first season doing officials, which I did pretty well in, and you'll see how well soon enough. But yes, like I said, end of the video, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I hope you all have an awesome day, or a better day than I'm about to have, because I've got to yank all of this stuff out to get to that and try and fix it. Yay me! There's, guys.